Cześć, witam was bardzo serdecznie, ja jestem Cynk, mam nadzieję, że macie dobre humory, bo czas na Hogwarts Legacy. Lecimy dalej, zmieniłem delikatnie wygląd, dodałem mojemu bohaterowi włosy, no i zlikwidowałem tą czapkę, no i prezentuje się w ten sposób. Do tego ze zmian jeszcze w sumie takich to mamy set legendarny, który troszeczkę został ulepszony na dwójkę. Nie mam materiałów, tam jakieś pióro Feniksa i tak dalej. Mi brakuje, więc lecimy. Tutaj mamy quest od razu. Rozmowa z dyrektorką. Więc tak zróbmy w sumie.
Welcome back.
Witam.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Dobra, okej. Ale to tak wychodzi, wam powiem, że można żyć wiecznie nawet w portretach, nie? No to tak troszeczkę dziwacznie. Okej.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle, and Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone.
Believe it or not,
Incredible.
I don't know that.
He is.
Dobra, pierdol śmierdu, bo tu za dużo to niezdrowo. Okej, transmutujący ten.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison.
Thank you, Professor.
It's rather...
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Okej, lecimy w takim razie. Tego gadania to też bez przesady. Kurczę.
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student...
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Dobra, zasuwamy dalej. Czekaj, czy mogę? Nie mogę. Nie mogę nic używać, tylko mogę po prostu biec.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future...
Headmaster, here, what can you want?
I wonder almost daily why I accept...
Professor, a word?
O nie!
Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
O!
The injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Pogroź
I
mnie.
should think you'd have better things to do with your time. Now, where's my elf?
Good day, Professor. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
No nieźle sobie poradziłem, ale dlaczego on nie chciał tego Quidditcha? Co to ma być? Powinienem mieć ten... Teraz powinienem mieć możliwość takiego zrobienia, że kliknę i mogę iść na ten jednak Quidditcha i sobie pomyślałem, a cior, będzie Quidditch. Kiwa w oko. Morda. Ja tu mam ważne sprawy do załatwienia szybciej. I siup.
When I witnessed what passes for magic in these halls,
Kurde, ile?
Professor, I need to speak to you.
O,
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades.
A dobra, gościu, weź się, utkaj, co? Dobra, pierdol śmierć, bo mi się nie chce z tobą gadać. Ja tu mam ważne sprawy do załatwienia.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand.
Dobra, ja chcę biec szybciej.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
And now I'm telling you that you can tell me.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope.
Zawsze szlachetni.
It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Kurwa.
But Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Toujours pur.
Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Boże, a co ci się stało w ucho w ogóle? Czyżby on cię tak zranił?
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
O, nie, tu jest ten. Czyżby on go zdradził? Tak się zastanawiam, czy on go tak skrzywdził? Jak go skrzywdzić, to ci zarąbię. Dobra.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Co to... co?
Bombarda! Incendio!
Okej. Okej, w końcu.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal.
Okej. O kurde, czarna magia. Ewidentnie nie widzę. Świstoklik. Rozumiem. Szanuję to. O kurde.
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve.
Neve.
You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
Peleryna. No dobrze, więc... Bo nie mogę nic używać.
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Jak mam ich unikać? Aha, mam przejść. Fiu, fiu. Trochę zeszło. Powoli. Masz. Dobra.
How could this happen?
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
O kurde. Nie mogę się ruszyć, to jak mam uciec? Gówno ścierwo.
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
Nawet śmierć mnie nie widzi, spoko.
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
No.
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
To jest czarna różdżka. Autentycznie.
I've never felt such power.
Tak, czarna różdżka. Mogę mieć tylko jedne skille, czyli te, które ona mi dała. Okej.
Depulsor.
Masz ty w mordę. Ale w końcu mogę biec.
Descendo. Defendo. Depulsor.
Descendo. Defendo. Descendo. Depulso. Descendo. Defendo. Depulso. Depulso. Descendo.
Kurde, ale fajnie to już jako potężne.
Descendo. Defendo. Descendo. Defendo. Descendo. Depulso. Defendo.
Już?
Descendo. Depulso.
Easy. Ta różka jest niesamowita. Chcę ją na zawsze już. Nigdy mi jej nie odbierzecie. Ja chcę mieć ją na zawsze. Voldemort może się gonić. Śmierć. Ha! Chodź tu, nędzna kreaturo. Argara bara 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 bara. Boom!
Descendo. Defendo. Depulso. Descendo. Depulso. Bombarda.
Ciachu rachu. Co, patrzysz na śmierć, tak?
Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Defendo. Descendo.
No chodź, cwaniaku. Chodź, wielkoludzie.
Descendo. Defendo. Bombarda. Potato. Descendo. Defendo.
I flach.
Bombarda. Descendo. Defendo. Descendo. Depulso. Descendo.
Pach, 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 ciach.
Potato. Descendo. Defendo. Depulso.
Możesz mi nastukać, śmiercio.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
Omiń ze żałobników, tak? No w dupie mam tych żałobników, kuźwa. Idźcie tam goń. No, czego chcesz? No rusz się, no. Irytująca jest ta miska, nie mogę się ruszać, w ogóle jakieś takie... A, w chuju to mam.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only...
To jest najnudniejsza i najgłupsza misja z tych wszystkich, bez kitu.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands.
You saw what I did for my father. Only imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
O, w mordę.
What are you doing?
On się napawa tym.
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Coś odebrała jej. Tylko ciekawe co. Kończ. No, nareszcie, bo najnudniejsza, najgłupsza misja. Autentycznie. O, dobrze, że się już skończyła. Nuda jak flaki z olejem. O, kolejny ziomek.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I was amazed to see that it seemed to give her some sort of power, and that she could harness it. But how?
I worry that you seem more intrigued than repulsed. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Chlodyrka. Dobra, spoko. Mnie to intryguje, dziadu, kurczę, głupi ty. Dobra, nieważne, kwici w oko. Siup, siup, siup. Intrygujące jest to, jestem Hufflepuffem.
I hope we can finish what we started with the triptych. Please meet me at the southern coast. We can search for the final canvas piece.
No spoko, spoko, Seba. Seba mnie przeprosił. Dobra, Seba mnie przeprosił. Tak więc dzięki wielkie za oglądanie, dzięki wielkie za słuchanie. Mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało. I do następnego. Mi się kompletnie nie podobała ta misja, była nudna, głupia i w sumie niepotrzebna, więc dzięki wielkie i trzymajcie się.